My teacher made fun of me with my classmates behind my back. I was 10 when I showed up to English class with bruises covering my legs. My mom had one of her episodes the night before. Threw a ceramic plate at me because I didn't clean the kitchen fast enough. Then she locked me in the closet for 3 hours. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep. I was 15 minutes late to Mrs. Foster's Tuesday night class. My mom refused to get off the couch to drive me, so I had to walk the 2 miles there in 90-degree heat. When I walked in, Mrs. Foster stopped mid-sentence. All 12 kids turned to stare at me. I tried to slip into my seat quietly. "Excuse me?" Her voice cut through the room. "You're late again." "I'm sorry, I had to walk." "I don't want to hear excuses. You're doing this on purpose to miss the vocabulary test." I wasn't. I loved these tests. English was the only subject I was good at, but I just stared at my desk, too afraid to defend myself. "Sit down before I call your mother and tell her you're wasting my time." My blood went cold. She had no idea what calling my mother meant. More screaming, more bruises. I slid into the back corner. The metal chair was cold against my legs. The bruises throbbed when I sat down. For 30 minutes, I tried focusing on her lesson about adjectives, but I kept having flashbacks. The sound of the plate shattering. My mom's face twisted in rage. Tears started forming. I tried blinking them away. Mrs. Foster noticed. She stopped teaching and stared at me. "Can you please pay attention? Or is that too much to ask?" Some kids snickered. I wiped my eyes and nodded. "If you can't handle being here, leave my class right now and never come back." I wanted to leave so badly, but this was the only place I felt smart. The only place I could be good at something. After class, I heard her talking to the front row girls while I packed my notebook. Such a dramatic little thing. Always crying for attention. They all laughed. One girl glanced back at me to make sure I heard it. I came home that night and cried for 2 hours, but I kept going back every Tuesday and Thursday because I needed to feel smart. I needed to prove I wasn't worthless. 2 weeks later, I was late again. Only 10 minutes this time. When I walked in, everyone had their notebooks open on their desks. I thought they'd already finished the vocabulary test we were supposed to have. I sat down, opened my notebook, and started writing as fast as I could. I knew all these words by heart. Benevolent, meticulous, eloquent. "She's cheating!" Connor from the front row suddenly shouted. I looked up, confused. Mrs. Foster spun around, her face already turning red. "Excuse me?" She marched straight toward my desk. I saw you writing. We haven't even started the test yet. But everyone has their notebooks out, I thought. "So your solution is to cheat? To write down answers before I give the questions?" "No, I thought you already finished and I missed it because I was late." "Enough. 0. You get a 0 for this test." My heart dropped into my stomach. "But I didn't cheat. I swear." "I don't want to hear it. Maybe if you showed up on time like a normal student, you'd know what's actually happening in my class." Connor and 2 other kids started laughing. Mrs. Foster didn't tell them to stop. "Please," I whispered. "I really didn't cheat. The grade stands. Now, either participate or leave." I tried to hold it together. I really did. But after everything, walking 2 miles in the heat, last night locked in that closet, the unfairness of being punished for something I didn't do, I just broke. The tears came hard and fast. I couldn't breathe. My chest felt so tight. For 50 minutes, I sat there crying silently while Mrs. Foster taught the class. She didn't look at me once, didn't ask if I was okay, just kept teaching like I didn't exist. Then she snapped. Her chair scraped back violently. "Aren't you tired of always crying? Every single class, the exact same dramatic performance." I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe, just cried harder. "Answer me. Why are you always like this?" Something inside me broke. Not in the sad way, in the angry way. I stood up, my legs shaking, and looked her dead in the eyes. "My mom beat me last night," I said, my voice cracking but loud enough for everyone to hear. "She threw a plate at my head because I didn't clean fast enough. Then she locked me in a closet for 3 hours. That's why I was late. That's why I'm crying." I pulled up my shorts just enough to show the purple and yellow bruises covering my thighs. The entire classroom went silent. Mrs. Foster's face drained of all color. "You already knew something was wrong," I continued, tears still streaming. "You could see it, but instead of asking if I was okay, you humiliated me. You made jokes about me. You punished me for trying my best." Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. "I wasn't cheating. I never cheated. I just wanted to feel smart for once in my life." I grabbed my backpack. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely grip a strap. At the doorway, I turned back one last time. "I'm never coming back. And I hope you remember this moment every time you think about making fun of a kid who's struggling." Then I walked out and never looked back. I found out later from one of the nicer girls that Mrs. Foster broke down crying after I left. 3 parents called the school the next day. She was put on probation. Good.